Hi there, what's up? Hope all is good. The Meraki Espresso machine, it's finally here. We've been testing it extremely dove into the details of it. And yeah, our final thoughts are ready. We're gonna share them with you. And before starting this video, this one is sponsored by Meraki. And as always, sponsored does not mean they will have input in our opinion in any way whatsoever. We're gonna share what makes it special, the features that it has to offer, and who is it for. So without further ado, let's start. As always, we're gonna start from the bottom, which is surprisingly very interesting in the case here. Let's pull the drip tray out. So when you look at the drip tray from the top, it has a metal plate. Underneath that, there's a plastic with a mesh shape. These tiny holes will kind of make sure that when water splashes through them, all these tiny holes will do massive improvement of preventing water from splashing around. Basically, if some water drip here, drips there, this is a white color, and usually when you put white drip tray on an espresso machine, it's coffee, it will always stain, and you'll have, even if the metal plate is on top, it will not look as clean as it will in this case. So for instance, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plastic mesh from here. And if you've installed the metal plate, here, any kind of coffee, it will just catch your eye if it was there. This one does a wonderful job. And this tiny orange plastic piece, it's like a floater. So whenever your drip tray is full, it will float onto the top. And if you want to deep clean it, you remove this silicone plug, take it out, and do some deep cleaning. It's relatively easy to clean, just fast water, and it will get the job done. Here you can see, like, if we flip the drip tray, those orange plastic floaters tips, they came out. Now let's come to the grinder and its scale. So the grinder, if you look closely, if we remove the dosing cup, you will see Time More logo here. This section of the Meraki espresso machine is co-engineered between Time More, famous company for coffee grinders, and Meraki. Coffee grinder design is pretty simple, but nice, has small touches. You give it a twist, you lift it, and it automatically shuts the door, preventing coffee beans from going down once you twist it and you want to remove it. After that, you have the burrs. They are conical burrs. This is famous geometry, nothing crazy about it, but it's sufficient, it gets the job done. We will speak about taste-wise shortly, but it does a good job. Underneath, you have the grind adjustment mechanism, and you rotate around to choose your grind setting reference. Here on the grinding chute, there's something called plasma generator. It's been quite famous recently with the new grinders and new innovation. Basically, it's two needles with electrical current that prevent the static electricity from forming on coffee beans, allowing ground coffee flying everywhere and stucking on the grinding chute. Here, it does a very nice job. Sometimes, like after maybe 5-10 grinding cycle, you feel like you need to brush it, depending on the coffee beans and the humidity, but it does a great job. Underneath the grinding chute, you will have a silicone mat, kind of to protect the built-in integrated scale and prevent it from scratches. And the top of the scale is magnetized with the dosing cup. You can use it this way, but it's better to place the silicone mat, as it will prevent scratches, prevent some ground coffee particles might go in some corners, you don't want them to go there. Just keeping things cleaner, easier to wipe. You place the dosing cup, gets it close to the grinding chute. So with this small section, Meraki also innovated smartly. We lift this piece, which we'll be speaking about shortly. Here you have the integrated scale to prevent also damage from the scale of water coming around. They added some kind of a drainage system. So basically on the corners, you have these cuts, which will allow when water fill up here, it will go from both sides to the drip tray. And on top of that, they installed this metal plate. Now remember when we spoke about the plastic layer and the drip tray preventing water from spraying around? This one is even far more superior in doing that. So if you focus on the drip tray itself, the mesh and the drainage system, we're gonna turn the water on, and you will notice how water is going right through these tiny holes without spraying around, and how the water at the same time is coming from both the sides. So we turn the machine on. You see there are 0 sprays from water. It's really impressive. And how water is draining from the corners. Coming to the steam wand, it's a unique steam wand. It's kind of insulated, so basically if you steam it will get warm, but if you steam like 2 or 3 lattes, it will get really warm, but it won't get enough warm to burn your fingers. The part that you need to worry about is the tip of this section of the steam wand. This one gets really hot, and at the tip of it there's the sensor for the milk temperature, and it's really effective. The send temperature, you get exactly 1 degree difference. Automatically stops the steaming power. From the front you have the group head with a built-in portafilter. Has some water. Let's dry it out. Has a built-in basket from Meraki. Even the basket itself, it's a very decent quality. Yep, they're very well organized and machined. Almost similar to the VST basket. So out of the box, you get a very decent filter basket. And it gave us really nice results. Also, the portafilter itself, it's a modular portafilter. Right now, it's a bottomless portafilter, but you have this piece with 2 spouts. So if you want to split your espresso shot for 2 people or 2 cups, just place it here. It has a silicone gasket. You place it on the side, give it a push, and it's done. You have double spouted portafilter. When you want to go bottomless extraction, simply do that and you have it. Behind the group head, you have this tiny tip. This is the hot water. Before going to the screen and turning the machine on, let me show you the back section. So this is the back section of Meraki espresso machine. You have the water reservoir, and pull it upward. It will come out. It has automatic valve that will shut off when you lift the water reservoir. Simple design, has a lid. You remove the lid, you fill it back with water, put it in place. Or if you want, you let it stay in its place and you fill it with water, as we're gonna do right now. So to turn the machine on, there's a small switch behind the screen, which is, by the way, movable screen. So this has been helpful sometimes, because depending on the height that you place your espresso machine, it might be facing you forward, or it will be facing you upward. So you give it a push and you move your hand, the machine will turn on. And you get this beep. This beep, by the way, you can turn it off or control the sound. I'll show you shortly once we drive into the UI. So right now the machine is gonna be heating up, but it's already warm and it has very fast heating time. So within 2 or 3 minutes, you'll be getting hot water out of it, like maybe 80, 85 degrees. But to get ideal extraction, give it 5-6 minutes. So the group head will be warmed up, the portafilter warmed up, and everything's ready for you. So if you have closer look to the machine, you have 3 modes. They are quite simple: brew, grinder, and steam. Start from grinder. If you give it a push, basically it will show you the grind weight and the grind setting. If you give the set dose a touch, you can adjust around. We're gonna keep it at 17.5. If you go here auto grind, give it another push, it will go into manual grind. Basically, you can just grind as much as you wish. Now let's go back. This was the grinding mode. The brew mode, it's straightforward. It gives you the set temperature here on top. So if you touch it, you can choose the temperature that you want to use. And by the way, touch screen is very effective, but I might have some difficulty touching it from this corner where I'm sitting at, but it's really effective. So we're gonna put it at 91, let's say, and say okay. And the set dose, as it has integrated scale, you say I want 30 gram, you start brewing, it will stop the extraction once you have 30 gram amount of liquid. So you're gonna put it at 36 espresso. Now we go back, go to the steam. You can control the steam power, strong, medium, or mild, or gentle. So we're gonna leave it at strong, say okay, and you can set the temperature setting. We go back. So before going to the general setting, here, as I explained, there's grinder, it has manual or automatic. The brew, it has the automatic from the bottom, or turn the lever on, the machine will turn on and it won't stop until you stop it. The same goes for the steaming wand. When you turn it on, it will steam and it will stop. So you heard the sound of the Meraki working, and it uses a rotary pump. So in general espresso machine, you have 2 types of pumps, either vibration or rotary pump. Rotary pumps are far more smoother, the pressure goes consistent, whereas vibration pump will be louder, and there are micro imperfections with delivering the continuous pressure. It's not the quietest rotary pump, but it's really quiet. So from top of the screen, you pull down and you go to the main setting menu. So the first one, the drip water, when you push it, it will show you hot water. Basically, when you turn it on, it will start spraying water from the water hole. Give it another push, it will stop pouring water. Now here the scale. So this is the main scale. Basically, if you wanted to measure something else, you wanted to weigh your cup, your coffee beans, or anything, like for instance, if we put the dosing cup on top of this brewing scale, it's showing us it's 96 grams. So it's a good way to utilize the coffee scale and recalibrate it if needed. On the right, you have the timer. This is a machine to automatically heat up, although it's very fast in heating and warming up. However, you can, for instance, set it to heat up at 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. if you drink coffee at both these times automatically, and choose which days you want to set to automatically turn on. Coming to the light bulb logo, if you give it a push, basically it's tutorials. So it will give you tips how to make espresso, what kind of drinks, how to use it, and tips to use Meraki espresso machine. Coming to the brush logo, it's a back flush clean, and in the middle you have the general settings. So basically you connect it to Wi-Fi, you put the date and time, you set the temperature unit, temperature of the group head, and it sets as stock at 50 Celsius degrees, and this would be the ideal temperature in any room-based scenario. But if you are in a place where it's like really cold, it's better to put it at 60 or 70 if it's really, really cold. Then pre-infusion, sound and volume, we have it at the max, brightness at max, language, restore factory settings, and about. When you go about it, it will give you the serial number and general information. And on the bottom, you have the option of software update. This is very cool. Basically, any new implementations, turnarounds on temperature settings, if they found any issues, any bugs, you can instantly firmware update from wireless connection. So coming to the pre-infusion function. So usually pre-infusion, it's a strange word, depend on the definition of it by the companies. So some companies, when they say pre-infusion, basically they will turn the machine on, let water saturate the coffee puck and stop water flow. You can set it 5 seconds, or automatically it will be set at 5-6 seconds. Then the machine will turn back on. Now the issue with this kind of pre-infusion, basically like wetting the coffee puck, stopping water, then continuing the brewing, is that you are saturating the coffee puck, but there's a possibility of channeling. So basically the coffee puck itself might crack and water might go through some holes and channels, end up with channeling and less extracted coffee. The ideal pre-infusion kind of approach is that you have a setting time and a setting pressure. So usually espresso extracts at the best, the gold standard is at 9 bars. Some coffee beans are difficult to extract. They are light roasts or medium roast. So what you do, instead of going 30-second 9 bars instantly, you allow the machine to go 10-15 seconds at low set bar, 3 or 4 bars, like creating less amount of pressure. Then after 10-15 seconds, you go to the max. This way, you allowed the water to saturate the coffee puck, at the same time creating small pressure. This small pressure will be ensured that the coffee puck is pushed, no channeling is happening, slow, smooth pressure, but consistent. And we were skeptical about this initially because we did not know how efficient is it, this continuous 3 bars. So what we did is that we utilized this beautiful tool from Pressensor. Pressensor, they are one of our channel supporters. We spoke about them in details on a manual espresso machines video, where this one is really helpful and needed. Basically, this tiny device, it will measure the pressure over the coffee puck and send it by Bluetooth signal to your mobile app. So now I'm gonna be using this basket. Inserting it inside the portafilter and attaching the Pressensor to it, showing you the screen on mobile phone, the effectiveness of the pre-infusion, how it works, and how consistent the pressure in the Meraki espresso machine. So we got everything set. We're gonna have 15 seconds of 3 bars continuous pre-infusion. Then it's gonna ramp up the pressure to 9 bars. So the main purpose here is to check, is it 3 bars actually, and how consistent the delivery of the pressure. So let's see. Moment of truth. So I'm gonna say brew, start. Three bars, consistent, smooth, almost 16 seconds. Yep, it ramped up the pressure. 9 bars, brilliant. Look how consistent and smooth that rotary pump. Just flat line, continuous 9 bars. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, wonderful rotary pump, and it does deliver as promised. So there are two tests that we've done extensively, and we'll share the B-roll here with you. The first one, that we used an instrument to measure the temperature of liquids from a company called Hana. Kind of not budget friendly, but reasonably priced. So I'm holding the tip, you can see how temperature is increasing. And we utilized this one to test the temperature measurements of the auto shut off and the steam wand. And the steam wand delivers brilliant. Like you set at 55 Celsius degrees, it will give you 55. -1, extra 1 Celsius degrees. The next test is that we utilize the industry standard in testing the water temperature from the group head, the Fluke thermometer, and the SCASE basket. So the SCASE basket is kind of similar design to the basket that we used from DVG, Italian company, with the Pressensor. It has a thermal probe here on top, and at the bottom it has small hole that allows water to flow through it, mimicking espresso extraction. You put it in place in filter basket, you connect it to Fluke, and you start brewing. And it gives you live reading the water temperature accuracy from the group head. As it has very fast heating time, whenever you turn machine, 5 minutes, let's say you set at 90 Celsius degree, you turn it on, within 5 minutes it's ready. If you went ahead instantly, you won't be getting 90 degrees. You'll be getting like 88, 89. It's -1 degree, -2 degrees. So what we would advise to do, if having the machine turned on 5 minutes, just let some water pass through it, heat up your portafilter, turn it off, dry it, and go with your espresso shot. At this setting, you'll get 90 degree. Like you want 90, you'll be getting 90. After that, you finished extraction, you want another espresso shot, it will get 90, 91. Nonetheless, if you do 4, 5, 6 espresso shots after each other, as this is designed to heat up really fast, which is considerably fast, like 3-4 minutes, it's super fast, that might overheat 2-3 degrees, so avoid that. Just give it some time to rest. In general, temperature wise, it's very good. Considering the price tag, the consistency, I'm very happy with the results. NFC technology. So basically you get new coffee beans and you grind at setting, let's say 15. It's too fast, water is flying too fast, your espresso shot finished in 4 seconds. Then you go to number 10, it's really slow. So the sweet spot is around 12. And instead of you wasting coffee beans, wasting that time, they have a technology of providing these NFC chips to coffee roasters or distributors around the world. In return, coffee roaster will know the sweet spot of recipe with the Meraki espresso machine, basically the temperature and the good grind setting reference. You have the sticker attached at the bottom of your coffee beans. You place it on top side of Meraki espresso machine. It automatically read it, gives you the information here on the screen. Like basically grind at this grind range, extract at this set temperature. It's an addition as making things smoother and easier. We're gonna use the accessories that came with the Meraki espresso machine. The first one is their tamper. The distributor, we're not fans of the distributor, so we're gonna skip that one, but it comes there for the people who need it, and a beautiful walnut damping base. As for cups, we got recently these beautiful cups from our friends at Groove. They specialize in designing beautiful specialty coffee cups. We have this tinted black version of the Groove Propel espresso cups. What we're gonna do is their Imagine Latte Dark Series cups. I'm gonna use this one. So I filled coffee that I'm familiar with, and this coffee requires grind setting. So let's go to the grinder, around 14. Yeah, it's a sweet spot, but we're gonna go to the manual mode. Yes, 17.5, also sweet spot. I'm gonna say grind. The grinder here is grinding. And that's it, it gave me 17.3. So 0.2 gram difference extra or less will have zero impact on your coffee extraction. So we take this out, place the portafilter on top of the tamping base. You're gonna use dosing funnel and a WDT tool. Alternatively, if you want faster things, you can just pour coffee, because this portafilter will fit on top of the dosing cup. You flip it and do distribution tamp. But we want that smooth, perfect extraction. So we're gonna use dosing funnel, flip it, put the dosing cup back, give it some WDT tool, basically distributing the ground coffee, fluffing them around in the filter basket, and do tamping here. Flat surface, give it a twist. All good, ready to go. We lock the portafilter, we place our cup. So as the Meraki espresso machine has both dual boilers for espresso, for milk steaming, you can extract your espresso and steam your milk at the same time. There's no need to worry about holding the pitcher and worrying about the angle. You can do that, but if you just place the pitcher on the drip tray, lower the steam wand, and just let it touch the tip of the milk surface, that's it. You can just turn it on, it will automatically steam and stop at the desired time, and you will see the latte art that you're gonna brew. So right now, we're gonna go to the brew section, 36 gram, we're gonna say start. It's doing pre-infusion, then it's gonna start extracting. At the same time, I'm gonna go to the screen, go to steam, and say start streaming. So right now it's extracting and streaming at the same time. Stop extraction. Here's my creamy espresso ready. Remember, I'm not even holding the milk pitcher. It's all the way there. So you lift it on top. You take your milk, and it's advisable always to clean the steam wand. Put this on the side. Give it a while, and you can manually back flush it or on the screen. I just manually back flushed it, just to make sure it's clean there. So let's make a latte art. And by the way, we use oat milk. We usually intend to use oat milk whenever we are reviewing espresso machine or milk frothers because it's more difficult to steam, and that's the purpose of showing the capabilities of the machine itself. So we're giving it a few shakes. Let's go. Not the best art, but you can get the idea. So this is a bit of anger for the latte art. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. So let's give it a taste. Delicious. But I would say I would go a few less temperature on the milk steaming, but it's delicious. Yeah. Let's clean things up and share our final thoughts. So to wrap this video up, we really think Meraki is paving the road with this espresso machine for future generation of them. Basically, there have been some kind of machines trying to do something similar, but I would say Meraki, they are probably the first machine to make it the most reasonable one. Nowadays, if you want to get really nice espresso shots, you have to worry about getting coffee scale and coffee grinder scale, and you'll have separated grinder to your espresso machine, worrying about measuring the beans, worrying about having scale on the drip tray, so you might end up buying 2 scales, worrying about buying some coffee accessories, decent coffee accessories, steaming your milk. Many espresso machines don't offer that silky steaming capabilities. I know the latte art was not perfect, but the milk pitcher is there. I did not touch it. I'm doing latte art sitting on the table. So having this modular design, built-in grinder, built-in auto shut-off, the rotary pump, the steam wand, it's insulated, kind of allowing you some manual extraction time, manual steam wand, some manual input with the free infusion if you want to use light roasted coffee beans. It's really no-brainer. We love the Meraki espresso machine. It has so many nice advantages, tricks, as I explained, the drip tray. Based on the feedback that we got from our friends, some were worried about the future, like the longevity of the machine. As it has a modular design, Meraki team expressed to us their interest actually in expressing this note is that it's extremely easy for users to fix it if needed. If not, they have distributors and service centers around the world. So basically, it has 2 years warranty, but let's say after 10 years, you have an issue with the scale. This one, they will send you a replacement part. You'll take out the old one and install to one. It has a modular design. There's a problem with the entire grinder. You take this part, you put a new part. There's a problem with the steam wand. You take it out, you put a new one. Not you, the service center. So what we like to see improved, first and foremost, We have a thing for portafilters. We love trying new portafilters, different designs, different wooden finishes, and we have an upcoming video comparing the best portafilters in the market. So stay tuned for that one. Nonetheless, as Meraki kind of made their own group head, so not all group heads fits the same portafilters. Even if this one is 58mm portafilter, different machines might not. We have so many different portafilters and we tried all of them. Unfortunately, none of them fit the Meraki espresso machine. Because for us, while this one is very smart, I love if the headspace was shorter, like there's an extra space here. I would love it to be shorter, seeing all the bottom of the basket, not having to be kind of hidden inside. So it's a good option to have from aftermarket, but it does not fit. I think eventually some companies will do that, or maybe Meraki can consider offering some alternative portafilters. There are some small corners around and you might get some difficulties in cleaning, like between these modular designs like the espresso base, the steaming base, the grinder base around. There are some tiny corners, some ground coffee might go there, and also a measure switch. So I know some people love having the option of measure switch. There is an on-off switch here on the back of the screen, and the screen does go on to sleep. As you can see here, it's a sleeping mode. However, I still prefer like measure switch. Just the fact that it gives you more controllability. So I appreciate the on-off button here on the back, and if you keep turning it off, it will turn off. Nonetheless, if it's connected to electricity and you unplug it, replug it, it will turn on, or it will turn on. There's no way like in keeping it off. So maybe on the back, measure on-off switch, that would be appreciated. And the fully stealthy black version in addition to fully chrome or stainless steel version. Those are what I would like to see in the future. Regarding the burr performance and taste wise, so this burr does perform very nice in espresso. It gives you smooth chocolatey mouthfeel, and if you tend to use medium light, it will kind of cover those punchy acidity fruity notes. You have to be realistic. It's not like $500 to $1,000 grinder giving you those fruity tasting notes. It's a conical burr. It's a smooth, it's good design. Nonetheless, you can always have a separated grinder and still use the built-in one. For instance, my partner, she does not like to play around with her morning coffee. She just wants like medium, well-developed roast, the same coffee for early mornings. So for her, she can have that coffee here, and on a separate note, decaf or fruity coffee for after evening, she can use another grinder. And you can do something like that system. So I wouldn't mind the burr, and considering its design performance, it delivers as promised. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope we've been able to cover everything up. Huge thanks to Meraki team for sponsoring this video, and as always, huge thanks to you in the first place for watching our videos, enjoying them, and yeah, stay caffeinated and see you soon. Bye. Praying around pressure, praying. Now the light bulb logo, the light bulb logo, it's just